Here we go. This is Europe's Strongest Man 2016. Who will rise? We will start tonight with the World Deadlift Championships. Gentlemen, get yourselves ready. Here we go.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Let's begin.
Oi! The mountain has spoken. Off you go, fellas. Round one's going to start very shortly. Let's hear it for all the athletes. Go, 5, quick. Don't be lazy. Right, these guys are in the zone. We have to nail that as quick as possible. They're already up, pulling 340, 350. They're coming out at 400 kilos. Kazmaier, should we do our bit for television? To the jib camera. Can you see I'm sweaty? Oh, gee. Your makeup's running, Kaz.
The voice of Strongman, Colin Price.
One take, baby. One take. Right. What am I going to ask you? I'll ask you what is it, Tax?
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Anyone? Event 1 is the World Deadlift Championships. And I think that's why 10,000 people are here. The largest weightlifting crowd ever. Why? Because we may well have the half-ton deadlift. 500 kilograms on an ordinary bar, picked up, stood up, and lowered back down. Of course, Eddie Hall didn't do that a couple of years ago. Benny Magnusson, he took the world record. Eddie took it back in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger. He then extended it last year, but he didn't do it against Benny Magnusson. Kaz, the talk isn't just about beating 463 kilograms, which they both think they'll do. They both then want to go to 500 kilos. I mean, tell me about it. You were the first man to break the 900-pound barrier.
Well, you know that 400 is going to be a warm-up. They're going to jump quickly to 465. I think Eddie goes right from there to 500 and makes it. I mean, this is an epic event. For them to pull that kind of weight, they've got to have so much power. Legs, hips, low back, all the way through the body. And to set it down gingerly, like the referee asks.
Now, question, is there any way adrenaline, can it be a bad thing? Can the crowd involvement, can it cause fear?
Well, in a situation like this, everybody in the audience that sends that vibration, that positive energy from those seats to the athlete, Benny Magnusson lights up. He just vibrates throughout his whole body, and bam, it's over.
Well, I'll tell you what, you don't have to warm up too much. I'm already warm. All these lights, all these people, are we ready? 400 kilos the starting weight, 880 pounds. We go to 420, 440, 463 is the world record. We go to 465, that's the fourth lift. If we have 2 men left, we go for 500 kilos. Let's begin. Cheesy grin. Did we do it? Guy, happy? One take.
One take.
Beautiful.
Ready to go?
I don't know what happened there. I just suddenly started sweating horrifically. People are gonna think I'm dying when it airs at Christmas. All right, let's begin. 463 kilos is the world record. I just went backstage. I said, guys, it's an amazing crowd. Is everybody ready? Oh, total silence. They're all in a big mood. Benny went, you want some pizza, Colin? Thanks, Benny. He's a funny dude, man. Okay, here we go. Let's bring him out then. Who's the first man to go? 400 kilograms, starting weights, rising bar.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Welcome our first lifter to the podium. He hails from Bulgaria, 35 years of age, 5'10" and 23 stone. Give a round of applause to Dimitar Sabatino. Here we go, 400 kilos, Kaz, a starting weight.
Easy for him, but you got to like his body style. Not very far to pull the weight, right?
Unbelievable, mate. And the pressure, the biggest strongman event in history. And he kicks it off. Here we go! Yes! Dimitar Sabatinov gets that first lift, and there's plenty more there. What a way to kick things off, mate.
Lots of power, no doubt about it. Resetting the bar, making a change, tightening it up.
And we will be moving in a moment to our next lifter. We know there's going to be a lot of support in the crowd for the Icelandics, and he's getting himself revved and ready. We want you to raise it up and welcome Stefan Solvi Pettersson. Such a different style, Kaz, intense approach.
Much longer pull, great back strength. He's got to get the legs into it.
I tell you what, guys, this is a big personal best as well, if he does it. Big personal best here. Come on!
If you're going to go PB, might as well do it here, but not tonight for Stefan Solvi Pettersson. Brave effort.
It was a personal best for getting it off the ground, though. Well done, Stefan.
And remember, Stefan Solvi Pettersson may have some strategy there for the other events in Europe.
We got 4 events to go.
Who will play that card? Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up and show your appreciation for our next lifter, multiple Sweden's strongest man, Johannes Arsson. Here we go. Johannes is a dark horse in so many respects.
Great athlete, super strong man.
420 kilogram personal best for Johannes. Coming in on 400 here. He did the 420 here 2 years ago. Taking his time, as Bill said there, super experienced. He will draw off that energy from the arena here. Oh yeah, plenty more there for Johannes Arsson. What an incredible start, Bill, and that looks smooth and comfortable.
Just ferocious, ripping the bar off the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next lifter is truly a phenom. This guy was spotted online. Colin, well, Colin, you tell the story. Tell us how you find this kid.
Right, when you're ready, Adam, let's do it. This guy, he weighs 109 kilograms. He's been sending me messages for about a year now. I didn't answer most of them because I didn't believe him, telling him how much he could lift. But he is about half the body weight of Brian Shaw, and he stepped in for Brian Shaw. Out you go, Adam. Here we go, 400 kilograms.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Adam Turks of the United States of America. This man on 5 days' notice stepped up.
He's 16 and a half stone in body weight, getting up towards 65 stone lifting.
Over 900 for a man at that weight. 5 days' notice. Will this man to the roof, ladies and gentlemen? Adam Turks. Raw potential. Oh yeah! Bill Kazmaier, potential unleashed. What about that?
Incredible lift. I've seen bulldozers, I've seen cranes. Now I've seen the real flesh like a machine.
Incredible deadlifting potential from the 24-year-old American, and may have much more left. Ladies and gents, it's time for an Englishman to make his bow. And we want you to raise it up for this phenomenal athlete. Ladies and gents, Adam Bisher! Here we go. Bish is in the mix. This guy, outstanding performances at Britain's this year. And he's revved and ready. Said he was feeling good today. Will we see something special from the former rugby player? Such an explosive athlete, Bill. Oh, that's comfortable. And a big roar to the crowd. Adam Bishop enjoyed that one.
Plenty more power there, Neil.
The nerves have been blown away now, and he is on the march as we set the bar for our next lifter. This young man is making a big impact, a huge splash in the sport. He's from a long lineage of talent in power. His brother is working him over right now, ready for this lift. And he is a former world's strongest man silver medalist, Vytautas Lalas. Get ready for the new breed of Lalas, Marius Lalas. Marius, confident last night, Bill. He's ready for this event.
Finally making the big show. Missed a few invites now and again. Here he is, his opportunity to make his mark.
Will he feel additional pressure? His brother set the bar very high. Vytautas watching on, and oh, that young man is so strong. That was comfortable. You can feel the excitement from Vytautas there as his brother hits that one. What a pull to start things off. We may hear some record-setting noise right about now, Bill, because the next man to get strapped onto the bar is a big-time favourite. It's going to be Loz to lift next. Lawrence Sharlee will be the next lifter. Getting himself ready. Raise it up for Lawrence Sharlee, ladies and gentlemen.
Just an amazing athlete. A great deadlifter. And in contention for this competition.
One of the nicest athletes in the game. This guy's so loved throughout the country, and it's easy to see why he burst onto the scene and made a massive impact. He's about to start his run tonight. Yes, Loz hits that one, no problem. A very solid pull.
Just a ton of power off the floor. You gotta love a lift like that. He made it look so easy.
As we reset the barbell, this is a man there was a lot of talk about in the hotel earlier today as a dark horse and somebody who we may see go above the current world record.
Tremendous power lifter in the start. Moved into strongman and does extremely well. But
ladies and gentlemen, raise it up for Jerry Pritchard. You were looking at the guys backstage warming up, mate. Any stories from there? This guy looked confident.
We saw 350 and above just fly off the floor.
Here we go. Jerry's soaking up the atmosphere here today throughout the afternoon at the Leeds Arena. Oh, that is silk. No creases for Jerry Pritchett, Bill.
A bit of a warm-up there. Last warm-up for the big show. That's 400 yet, right?
And the people in the crowd already know who's coming out. They've seen him. They love him. This guy rewrites the book on what you can do in the later stages, some may say, of your career. 50 years of age. He looks like he's been carved out of rock. Let's give a round of applause and welcome Mark Behan!
can safely say you've never seen in history of the sport this many guys open at this weight and make it look so easy.
420 personal best for Felix. This is 4. Looks in fabulous shape as always, Mark. Oh yeah, Mark Felix, ladies and gentlemen, opens his account with a great lift. What about that one, Bill? To the form guide?
Just a small tug, a lot of legs. He uses a bit of a round back, but he's got so much power head to toe. And impressed by his age and his great lifting.
And another man who has left an indelible mark in British strength athletics is now about to make his way to lift. Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up and welcome the 3-time bronze medalist at the world's strongest man, Terry Hollins. Terry rejuvenated, reinvigorated. The birth of his son has changed this guy immeasurably, Bill.
I think that break he took away from the sport charged him back up. Terry Hollins is back.
Here we go. Terry Hollins, one of the most popular British strongmen of all time. Yes! Look at that lift from Terry Hollins. Fire in his eyes once again. Hollins looks alive and ready at the First Direct Arena.
You gotta like it. Right off the floor, so smooth. Bit of a hitch, kicked in the hips, and done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to ignite this arena for one of the most intense lifters of all time. This is one of the men most likely for the half-ton. If we see it, this guy may be the man to get it. Raise the roof for Benedict Magnusson!
So much power, he's not even using a belt.
No belt for Benny Magnusson. Here we go. Oh yeah, comfortable lift for Benedict Magnusson there. So impressive, so much weight on his shoulders. The weight of expectation must be huge. He will be feeling that resonate from the crowd.
I'm not saying that was easy. Neil, I'm saying that was very easy.
Where will it end tonight? All these men starting so successfully at a phenomenal weight to kick things off. One more man to lift at this weight, but what a man it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the reigning and defending Europe's strongest man, Hatto Julius Bjornsson! Thor in the house, here we go. How focused is Thor on the deadlift? Is his focus on Europe's? We will see. So impressive last year, Bill.
He pulled a PR last year. Yeah. He's got all about strategy. We're going to tell this story between him and Sharlee.
Oh, yes. Icelander in the house in a very big way. And the mountain is on the move. The first lift looked very, very comfortable indeed.
What is it about these Icelanders? They've got a ton of power.
There's something in the heavy bubbles, yeah? The water.
Where is it? Just on his belt. No, like you said, yeah, he won't think about it, mate. 420, yeah? Yeah, I believe
Ladies and gentlemen, we will move to 420 kilograms.
But not everybody's gone through, have they? Evidently, we got some strategy going on here.
Yes, sir.
Who's coming up?
One young Mr. Eddie Hall, past 400. He will lift 420 as his opening weight, as you do.
A very strategic attack on the 500. Starts here, jumps to 465.
Eddie Hall has taken this event so seriously. This man bought a heavy toothbrush. Every ounce of strategy. We were here this afternoon setting up. Eddie Hall was pacing like a caged tiger. This is the start of something very important for this young man. 420 is opening attempt.
Here he comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up and make some noise now as he approaches the stage. The Beast, Eddie Hall. Here we go. Eddie Hall. So very focused. So much expectation, so much anticipation. Oh my God! Eddie Hall performs a speed rep with 420. Wow!
Neil, somebody's come to do the business.
My God, Eddie Hall with a biblical start to his campaign.
Well, I'll tell you something. When we were in Melbourne, when he did the world record for the first time, Eddie got notice on the Friday night. We were told Arnold was going to be there on the Sunday. Then we got told at 11 o'clock Friday night, Arnold's coming to the area Saturday morning. And we didn't have any strongman going on. So I phoned Eddie and Brian. I said, guys, can you do a world record tomorrow morning? Brian, Eddie went, yep, I'm there. Let's do it. So he pulled 360 like it was terrible. Struggled at 420. And then went on and did 462 that day. But that 400, I think he could have clean and jerked it.
Unbelievable, Bill. That lift to start things going tonight is truly outstanding.
Well, like 10,000 people in these stands, I like what I saw. I believe.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Raise it up for Dimitar Sabatinov at 420. The Bulgarian looked so smooth, Bill, on his first lift. Up to 420. Very composed lifter. Nowhere near the intensity and aggression that we saw from Benny.
Very intelligent style. Pull it as short as you can.
Not tonight for Dimitar. Round of applause for this lifter, ladies and gents. Bulgarian unlucky there. Crushing for Dimitar. So close, but couldn't quite get the pull.
Great effort. Still a lot of weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next lifter hails from Sweden, and we know you'll make some noise for Johannes Arshaw. That experience counts, Bill, and this guy has plenty of it, and he's so aggressive, so ready. Look at the intensity and fire on Johannes now as he ties himself on. Corbian Johannes is shouted from behind us.
PR? Is that a PR?
This is an equal.
PB?
Equal to his PB. Here we go. Rev it up now, ladies and gents. So close there, but he hits a fatal sticking point, Bill. Just couldn't pass the knees.
Super strong off the floor, a lot of explosion. Got a touch out front and tugged it right back down.
But I'm sure he will feature heavily in Europe's Strongest Man later. Such a well-rounded athlete, Johannes. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our next lifter from the United States of America. 109 kilograms of him. We want you to make some noise for Adam Turks.
Neil, with a pull like this, he'll go into history. Strongest deadlifter, pound for pound. Truly a phenomenal lift after he makes it.
Adam Turks, speaking to him today. This is such a lovely individual. 24 years of age on 5 days' notice, ladies and gents. Only got into the country on Thursday, still suffering with jet lag, but the power of youth is exuded by this man. He believes that he will impress tonight, and he needs your help to do it. What a phenomenal talent, Bill. As you say, probably the best we've seen pound for pound.
He's got to believe he can rip it. Check out the position. Josh Greenfield and our VIPs said, what does position have to do with it? He's got to get those hips down, the head up, shoulders back, and tug it off the floor in good position.
Here we go. Adam Turks from the United States of America. 420 kilograms. A phenomenal lift for this young man. Starts to pull smooth. So unlucky there. Round of applause for this young man. You will see a lot more from the 24-year-old American.
Nothing to be ashamed of there. What a phenomenal strongman. Hats off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome now to the platform, the man from the UK, Bish Adam Bishop.
Look for the same thing as the first lift. A lot of legs, rip it off the floor and smooth all the way through.
Such a fantastic start, and using that explosivity that he's known for. This is a real athlete, and you could see it in his opening lift tonight. The crowd here at the first direct, William Bishop on there, so close.
Such a strong, strong man, and his will behind him. It's just a huge weight.
Here we go. Moving forward with our next lifter. He hails from Lithuania. And he has a look of fire in his eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Marius Lalas. His brother, Vitaltos Lalas, right here at the side of the lifting platform, screaming encouragement at his younger brother. Marius Lalas, 420 kilos. Looks so smooth in his opening lift, Bill.
So much power. It's all about position.
Oh yes, Marius Lalas! Wow! He fought it all the way up, drove forward with those hips.
Tremendous strength, adaptation throughout the move.
Phenomenal power from the young Lithuanian, following in the footsteps of his brother. Here we go. If the crowd can will a man to success, then we should see a successful lift right now. Because the next man up there is none other than Lawrence Sharlee. Here we go, Bill. Sharlee.
First lift, obviously no challenge. This man is strong.
He was part of the production crew last year, out through injury, and you could see the burning desire in his eyes to get back out there. He has that opportunity now.
His strategy, obviously, score as high as he can in the deadlift. He's here for the trophy and nothing less.
Lawrence Sharlee, 420 kilograms. Oh, yes! Lawrence Sharlee made that look like a cakewalk. Can you feel that?
Beautiful power. Neil, did you see the power coming out of those legs? And still a solid finish.
Exploded through the middle of that lift, almost accelerated halfway through. Impressive from the Englishman. Jerry Pritchett is passing at this weight, which means we will go on to another British favourite. Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up and make some noise for Mark Felix! This is a PB equal. His heaviest lift to date, 420. That's the weight he stands in front of once again here, ladies and gents.
Such a fantastic strongman in so many ways. So powerful in every event. His back strength is his forte.
Yes! Felix with the lift! Mark Felix with the lift! And it's a popular lift here, Kaz.
Such a fight, Neil. Right at the knees. The muscles went into synchronicity. They lost it. It was tetany. They started to fire intermittently. All of a sudden, he reacted, came through, and locked it out. Tremendous attempt and lift.
Mark Felix continues to defy the doubters and lift huge weights. Another man making a resurgence in his career now, hailing from the UK. Raise it up and welcome Terry Hollins, a massive deadlifter. Very focused today, Bill.
Plenty of focus. The weight looks like it's trembling. I think it's afraid of the big man.
Really reinvigorated following the birth of his son. He looks ready for this. He looks hungry for this. Oh yes, Terry Hollins has more in the tank in Leeds. That was impressive.
No change in form. Strong off the floor and so solid right to the lockout.
Benny is passing on this weight. Our next lifter will be the Mountain. This man is comedy massive. Getting into the lift in the hotel yesterday, he nearly stood on my toe. I nearly had a mild heart attack. He's put on significant weight since last year. We saw him take a huge increase in his personal best last year. Can we expect the same here this year, Bill?
He's
he
trained
looks ready.
up. Looks better than he ever has. He's coming here powerful. A true belief. A true belief he could make the deadlift, score high, and take the trophy home with him.
How does this man juggle his other work, the acting career, with being one of the world's premier strength athletes?
So balanced and so strong. Come on, half Thor.
And away we go! And a massive lift there. A comfortable lift for the mountain. He looks revved and ready. An impressive start. Thor is on the march.
Neil looked like just another day on the job. Pretty routine.
The pressure must be intense. Back there, this is a man who walked into today's event for Europe's Strongest Man as a huge favourite, and yet there's no creases, no ripples. He seems supremely confident walking around the hotel today. You wouldn't know that he was about to compete in a couple of hours. He was hanging with his friends there and looked relaxed, Bill.
Well, he does the same thing when he steps onto the set of Game of Thrones. It's just another day at work. This is Strongman. So we got a weight jump. Weight increase to 440.
We move to 440 kilograms, 440. And the next lifter will be Sharlee, representing Great Britain. We're going to give him a couple of minutes before we get things underway because that came around fast for this man. Bill, there must be an optimum level in terms of lifting, and I think Lawrence can confirm that wasn't it. He was a little shocked when it came back to him there. We're going to give him a couple of minutes.
Well, it takes a bit to recharge the batteries, but with the kind of power that he's got throughout his body, you know he's going to come and give this all he's got. It's going to be close to limit, but he's got to be convinced when he walks up to that bar that he can do it. And he's telling himself that right now. I'm ready. I'm strong. I'm powerful. This goes along with taking the trophy home. I got to get my points in this event.
Now, focusing on that for a moment, we had a question earlier from one of our VIPs around the rule where a guy can go from 465 straight to 500. For the people here, can you want to give them a little bit of insight into why that is so important? What are going to be the effects on the athlete of lifting such a massive weight physically and mentally?
Well, the athletes that came to just deadlift are going to take strategic jumps. And that's why Eddie's going to go from 465 right to 500. He's taking the big jumps in between. Some of our other athletes that are competing for the trophy are trying to take every rep and get all the points they can to score high and take that trophy home.
Sharlee in the final stage of his preparation, 440 kilos now on the bar. And Lawrence has a real air of confidence around him this week, Bill. He's given the signal. He's ready to do it.
You just look at him and you can see this is a man that knows what he can do. He brings his game to the gym every day, to the events. He's built so much power. Just look at those legs. What a massive man.
Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up and will this man to victory. Sharlee. Here we go. The first direct arena. This is a huge weight for Sharlee. This man is so powerful. So excited to be competing in front of all you guys here, and he needs your assistance now. 440.
Plain and simple between his ears, here's the game. You want that trophy? Make this lift, and you're that much closer to it. 5 events.
And away we go! Sharlee driving for the roof! Look at him find that bar! Oh, so close for Sharlee. Every fiber of his being willing that up there, Bill.
I was about to say that's the most tremendous deadlift recovery I'd ever seen because I saw it going up. It just flipped off his knees. What an attempt. What an effort. What a colossal man. Deserves a round of applause.
We will reset the bar, and the next lifter Hails from the United States of America. He passed at 220. Back at 240. Jerry Pritchett.
A makeable lift for him. We tried to get Brian Shaw to come over and deadlift. Jerry Pritchett's the man who's got the cannolis to come over and do it and lay it out for the big one. Let's get behind him, ladies and gentlemen. That energy of yours transfers right down onto that stage.
Here we go. Pritchett from the United States of America. 440 on the bar. Real dark horse, this guy. Supreme deadlifter. Wow, he's off the floor quick. Whoa! Jerry Pritchard destroyed that weight. 440 with ease. Book it.
For years now, we saw him in World's Strongest Man competition. And when you look in his eyes and you say deadlift, he nods. That could be his name. He is a deadlifter.
Jerry Pritchett, so impressive there.
He's literally never disappointed me in the World's Strongest Man competitions.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Felix is about to go for his biggest ever deadlift. 440 for Felix. Can you will him to victory here? Can he pull the biggest weight of his life at 50 years of age? This is a 15-kilogram personal best. Here we go. Mark Felix. 50 years of age, Bill.
10,000 people here want to see this lift. Millions across the world in live stream want to see this lift. Do you want to see it? Come on, Mark.
Here we go. Mark Felix saving some in the tank. He's a wise man and he knows not tonight. Mark Felix will have some in reserve. Watch for him in Europe later. But he's going to be happy that he equaled his personal best here tonight, Bill. He'll take satisfaction from that.
Without a doubt, what an amazing man. His career has been nothing but impeccable. And he works a day job.
And another big man making his way to lift now.
I've been to his gym. I saw the athletes he trains with. I saw the massive iron stacked in his gym, loaded onto the bar, pulled and pushed, squatted day after day after day. The power he generates on a daily basis come out right here and right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Hollins is revved and ready to do this thing. Hollins looks smooth on that last lift. He may have something here.
He's got enough in that body to do well, win this competition, win this deadlift, make the podium, maybe even World's Strongest Man in a couple months. Terry Hollins has got the power. Britain's own.
One of England's favourite sons.
Come on, UK.
Focused and ready, lift it up and help him to the sky. Here we go. Round of applause, not tonight, for Terry Hollins.
Neil, position and power. As he walks away, we can see his position wasn't exactly where he wanted to be. He couldn't apply his power, and he's a little bit dissatisfied.
We're going to catch a word with Terry right now.
As soon as the cameras are filming.
Terry, I know you're going to be gutted at that there, but it's fair to say that you've had a real resurgence since the birth of your son, and you did yourself proud. Firstly, what's it like to be competing here in the UK in front of this massive audience here at the First Direct Arena?
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic, obviously. A little bit disappointed with that, obviously, but, you know, it is what it is. We've still got another lot of events to go, and, you know, the aim's to try and win Europe's Strongest Man, and getting that 420 was really crucial, and it would have been nice to get that, but we've still got a long way to go, and I'll be battling for the title, hopefully.
And one more thing, Terry. Tonight, if your money's on one man to win this here, who's it going to be?
The deadlift? I don't know, Benny, Eddie, they're both really strong, but Jerry just looked amazing as well. So, I mean, it's gonna be a real battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Hollins. First Direct Arena, your next lifter is Europe's strongest man. Welcome the mountain, Happo Pyunsa!
And we'll see what happens when you keep him waiting.
Here we go. Stefan Solvi Pettersson summoning the crowd to give that extra, raise it up, because the God of Thunder wants you to do so. Iceland's strongest, Europe's strongest, maybe soon to be world's strongest. This guy stands at the precipice of strength legend.
Awesome. Nice work.
Here we go.
Hips down, head up, legs strong, power.
Yes! That one's coming up and he's fighting it. There's the lift. Happo Bjornsson with the lift. Wow! The mountain. Impressive in every sense of the word. Huge lift from the Icelander.
Never seen so much power in somebody that tall. What a long way to pull the bar.
Only 10 kilograms off what we saw him lift last year. He'll be delighted with that. How hard is it going to be for Thor to keep his momentum through in all the events tonight we're going to see after the deadlift?
We're going to see how much energy he put forth.
We're there. 6'5" now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told we are going for the world record right now for 65 kilograms, and Eddie Hall is your next lifter. We need you to rip the roof off this place.
Are you kidding me?
Is going next.
This is going to be something. 4.62 last year, a couple kilos for a world record in front of 10,000. Epic, totally awesome.
465 at this stage of the competition. Unbelievable, Bill.
Especially considering his strategy is that he skipped at 400, went 420, now 465. This is a warm-up and a world record to jump to the big 500.
World record attempt here in front of the biggest crowd ever assembled for strength sport. 10,000 in the first direct arena with the greatest deadlifter that Britain has ever produced.
Let me just have a very quick interview with Leeds' own Andy Bolton, the first man to deadlift 1,000 pounds in history. Let's hear for him.
And the second man to lift 1,000 pounds in history, Andy Bolton.
Andy, what's going through Eddie's head right now?
Right now, I think he's seeing 465 as a warm-up. Honestly, I think all he's thinking about now is 500. This is going to be the hardest lift. Once he gets to 500, he can let it all go. But the one before the big one is always the hardest one. So if he can keep his mind on this, pull this good, then it's on for the 500.
And tell me, I mean, you've been in this position before. I mean, how do you keep cool? What goes through your head? Is it just routine? Is that how you deal with these things?
It is. He's done this hundreds of times before, you know. He'll be so nervous inside. But this crowd is just something else. It's amazing.
This is your hometown?
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, Leeds.
Well, Leeds, we're going to have a world record. 465 kilos, the heaviest weight lifted in human history.
Ladies and gentlemen, rev it up for Eddie, the Beast! Oh! World record attempt at the First Direct Arena. Here we go. Bill Kazmaier, this is truly history in the making. We're still in the infancy of this competition, and the Beast has gone massive.
I'm looking for speed, power. And he's
asking
quiet.
for quiet now, wants everybody to quieten, and he's going to rip it. Now he wants it up. Yeah!
For the Beast, Eddie Hall!
Here we go, the Beast is pacing to break his own world record. Eddie Hall. Gentlemen, unbelievable lift, 465, made to look like a joke by Eddie Hall. That is ridiculous. Staggering lift, Colin Bryce. Wow.
Eddie, another world record. Your third in a row. Should we, once the others have attempted it, are you ready to go heavier or not? Do you want to go higher? Are you going to go higher today? His deadlift suit's quite tight. Let him get his air for a second. Eddie?
Do we look pretty?
You look beautiful, baby. Nothing wrong with a little blood. Another world record! This isn't in your mind, is it? This is a stepping stone.
This is, honest to God, this is still a warm-up. This is...
I believe it. I really do. Mate, go relax. I mean, it just went up perfectly. Was there a moment of fear?
You know, I'm really reserving myself. Like, I came into this lift, obviously aggressive, but I've got to step up again now. I've got to unleash the beast. Every single year, Colin tells me off for swearing.
Every year I get Channel 5 saying no, we can still see his lips saying it. A different angle, please. What have you raised? Dad, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up one more time for the new world record holder. Eddie the Beast Hall is in the ascendancy in the First Direct Arena. He just crushed the world record. Next man to lift hails from the United States of America. Raise the roof for Jerry Pritchard. Bill Kazmaier, that is nuts.
Great lift by Eddie Hall, phenomenal. I'm looking at Jerry, the way he's built, the work he's put in, the power in his legs, his ability to do all the events and compete again and again at World's Strongest Man. He goes to take on this weight with a confidence that it's not just gonna come off the floor, it's gonna fly off the floor on his way to the Big Five.
And a confidence that's justified based on what we saw only a few moments ago, because he lifted so impressively in that last round. We've just seen Eddie Hall crush this weight. Where will it end, Bill? Jerry Pritchett looks so confident, so focused.
This is the battle. He's got to do it to go on. Eddie's there. It's his chance. World record. Jerry Pritchett. Dedication. Determination. Power.
To equal the world record just established by the beast, Pritchard.
He owns this weight. Owns the weight.
Oh, yeah! Jerry Pritchard has set the tone. 2 men with world record lifts, and we're only warming up, ladies and gentlemen. Wow! Let's catch a word
Neil,
with Jerry.
I don't know what you say. Right here. Jerry Pritchett. It doesn't take much from the audience. Beaming down, the electricity you put out in that effort. I don't know what those other 10,000 people, but what I saw was a pretty easy lift. Rock solid. How'd it feel? That's a world record.
I felt easy, and these 10,000 people helped me pull it. Well, the motivation is awesome in here today.
You're going to get a few minutes rest because you're probably going to need it. But in your mind for a long, long time, you thought about the big 5. All I'm going to say is good luck because I know you can do it.
Thanks, Kaz. We got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will move to our next lifter.
I tell you what, congratulations. I mean, he's smoked Brian Shaw's American record, obviously equaling the world record as well. And that's been coming for a long time for Jerry Pritchett. Little injuries, little mistakes. Everyone's known what a dark horse he is.
That was a flawless lift, you got to admit, start to finish.
1 man left, Bill. Who is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Benedict Magnusson. Here we go. Benny at 4.65 to put 3 men on a world record equaling total. Look at this man's intensity, Bill. Has there ever been somebody who prowls to the bar like Benny Magnusson?
The bar is shaking. I felt the earth shake as he walked towards the platform. This man has plenty of power to lift this weight.
Unbelievable. Benny Magnusson. 4.65. Pritchett and Hall both nailed this to the cross.
Get behind him. You want to see another world record? Let him know it. Come on, Eddie. All right. Benny, come on. Strong.
He's off the floor on his way through the lift. Benedict Magnusson with 4.65. 3 men on a world record equal. And it's going off in the arena here. Unbelievable total.
Neil, what are you talking about? Never, ever, ever before in history. 3 world record deadlifts in 10 minutes. That's unbelievable.
Well, let me just, Bill, what's going to happen now? We're going to quickly have a word with the 3 men who've made it. And the rules were we were going to go to 500 kilograms. If we felt one of them could make it, then all of them have to go to the 500. Well, they all did 4.65. So I think 500 has to go. As our senior statesman, do you agree?
How about a makeable weight in between? Yeah, Jerry Pritchett looks strong enough to do 500. Eddie and Benny, they're going to struggle. They got a good chance at it. Let's go for the 500.
So you think Jerry Pritchett's going to win this?
He's from America. He trains hard. He's here for his family. Any one of these 3 guys can do it. I've been coaching him and loving on him for a lot of years. He's got powerlifting power, and this is the deadlift.
Have you heard of pantomime, Kaz? Boo! Do we want the beast?
Yeah! So do I! And Benny!
Everybody loves Benny. All right, let's go to 500 kilos for a half-ton deadlift.
We need some time. I got some time.
How long we got, mate?
Let me just check here with Darren Sadler. You're going through the weights. Obviously, you've had to get super slim Aleco waist, so it's perfectly calibrated and they can fit on the bar. This will be exactly 500 kilograms.
I'm the first man ever to load 500 kilograms onto a bar. And I hope I put it on right. There's a bit of pressure.
Right, okay. Let's double check.
Let's catch a quick word with Dave Warner, referee. Dave, you had a pretty good view of that, it's fair to say, mate. Have you ever seen anything like that before? That was insane, mate.
Never in my life. That was the most amazing lifting I've ever seen.
It's incredible when you get an arena like this, so much hype, so much talk before the event, and it is delivered because 3 men go 4.65 straight off the bat, and all 3 look comfortable.
Absolutely, but you know, the intensity that's created by an arena like this is what's needed in a sport like this. So I hope we see a lot more of this. It's fantastic.
That's a very good point, and it cannot be overlooked. You guys are so critical in tonight's event because you're giving that extra power. We saw Benny Magnusson walking around with Bill. You talked about it a lot today, mate, feeding on that positive energy. If ever a strongman had the opportunity to exceed his own boundaries, surely it is here tonight. Look around you.
These guys, wherever they go, they pull in positive energy. With every exhalation of breath, the negative energy goes out of their bodies. They truly are magnetic. They bring it in. When you give it out, they take it and it personifies itself and lays out on the bar in all their attempts and their lifts. These guys are amazing when they operate and function in that manner.
We spoke so much in the lead up to tonight about whether or not the half-ton lift was possible. You have some really interesting insight on that in terms of the evolution and the progression of huge weights. Give a little bit of insight on that, Bill, where that's gone, who we've seen do those pivotal point weights.
Well, without a doubt, I followed 4 great Russian lifters, Alexeyev, Pizarenko, Rachmanov, and Riegert. And when Alexeyev broke a world record, it was a half a kilo. He did it 66 times in a row. This is a 35-kilo jump. Go figure. It's just crazy that we're going to try to do this. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but we got 3 guys with the opportunity, and that bar's loaded.
Colin's just going to do a little live link, ladies and gents, for the TV. With Terry Hollins.
Terry's back to his television presenter mode now. Fluff is on. Here, I'll tell you, beautiful. Right. Terry, for what we hear backstage is Benny, obviously he's the last one to go there. He's still not sure if he's going to go. I thought his was probably the least convincing. Would you agree with that? And do you think either of the other 2 can do it?
Yeah, I mean, Benny always lifts very smooth. There was no hitch, and it was a nice lift all the way through. But, I mean, Jerry and Ed both had unbelievable speed off the floor. But, I mean, I've always been I've not believed they were going to do 500 kilos. But after seeing Ed lift that, I think he can do it.
I really do. And it was you that said this crowd in this arena would probably make the difference.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, you got a crowd like this screaming at you, and you really need to scream for him. But, yeah, I mean, that's going to make all the difference.
Well, I think we're ready. Are we ready, Jonty?
Colin, Eddie says, put the weight on, I'm coming over.
Okay. Shut that Bryce up. Right. I don't believe it. It was a pipe dream. It was a joke when Eddie said it last year to me at the end. And he said, find a sponsor to help us try and pay for it. Protein Dynamics, might I say, Protein Dynamics stepped up because they happened to, funny enough, sponsor Benny and Eddie. Thank you, fellas. So thank you. A lot of Protein Dynamics people, or a lot of people use it. You should do. It makes you strong. Right. The half-ton deadlift. Here we go. A world record by 35 kilos. The psychological barrier here is enormous. It takes a special man to do this.
We got 3 of them. 3 of them right here.
Well, this is about the same jump that Eddie took on his warm-up to the big one. It's just one more jump.
Who would have predicted that we would see a world record broken in that fashion? Unbelievable. How far can this go? Just moments away from an opportunity for these three men to etch their names permanently in the annals of history.
I think they already are. World records, they all own it right now. Let's see who's going to split this up and take it home.
It's fair to say right now that we've got three athletes who are sat on the moon in terms of strength, elite level. But if a man lifts half a ton here tonight, he will go to a very, very distant star.
Whoever in this 10,000 seat arena believes in one of these three that's going to do it, use these circumstances and background. Who did it the easiest? Who pulled it all the way up? Who looked fresh when they walked away? Which one of them can do it by what they just performed?
We're going to catch a word with Eddie Hall's lady. Come over here. Come on. I can only embarrass you so much. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get some insight from the other half of the whole duo.
I see a guaranteed crier here. If you dig her enough, we'll get a tear here. Work it.
It's fair to say that before we started tonight, these guys won't know, but you were doing as much pacing up and down as Eddie was. What is going through your mind when your other half is about to try to do something that no human being has ever done before?
He can do it, it's just how quickly. Let's get it done.
If he does it as quickly as he did 465, I think everybody will be amazed. That was outstanding. He told us earlier today at the hotel they would make the world record look like a joke. This guy is getting into a habit of making claims, big claims, and then backing them up.
Just because he can do it. That simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, you wonder where Eddie Hall's confidence comes from right here. Thank you so much.
Neil,
and everybody pulling for him.
We know for sure, Neil, that behind every great man is a fantastic woman.
So, anybody know who this guy is? Big Z, for many the strongest man in history, sitting watching in the crowd. Obviously you got a little injured, you couldn't compete today, but how do you see this unfolding now? This moment, 500 kilos, big jump. I mean, you yourself have pulled over 440 kilos. It was once your world record. Is it possible?
Sure, it's possible, and especially when we have this nice crowd, it's getting much easier, and we have three best deadlifters that time, and probably, maybe, one of them lift this.
And if you were to bet, who would you bet on?
It's very hard to say at this moment because it's very different technique. Jerry Pritchett looks very comfortable, but Eddie Hall and Benedict Magnusson, they lift very fast. And when you lift very fast, it's hard to say, is it close to maximum or not?
Yeah, you were always quite a slow lifter. You look slow at 200 and then the same speed at 440.
When you lift slowly, you know that you will lift. When you lift fast, sometimes it can be not so good. But if it will be good shape, then for sure it's better lift fast.
So go on, put your money where your mouth is. Who's going to do it?
It's very hard to say, but I wish best of luck for all three guys.
He's in politics, you know. He'll be Prime Minister one day, I can see it.
And maybe we will see 501 kilogram or 502 kilograms.
From you on the comeback.
I am very sad that I can't compete. Deadlift was always one of the best events, and sure, I want to come back next year.
Well, Z, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Julius Saviscus.
My favorite strongman.
You know, for a guy who's injured and he says he's out of shape, he doesn't look too bad, huh?
I think he's everybody's favourite strongman. He's like a human biscuit. He's the nicest man of all time.
He is, Big Z. I once asked him, why do you walk around and move so slowly, Z, all the time? Because he does. Even walking out to an event, he just goes. He said, I like to lull him into a false sense of security that I'm slow. Because he can sprint. So,
Bill, how much
we
does
doing?
confidence come into this? Because speaking to the guys backstage and speaking to the guys now, we've seen three very different takes on it. Eddie Hall has incredible belief. His lady has incredible belief. I talk about incredible belief. He believes he could climb the wall of the arena using only his lips.
Well, that belief has to come on the platform. It was generated by the way they lifted the last 465. That last feeling, the confidence, the look on their face, the speed of the bar. They know inside, in their heart, in their mind, their soul is speaking to them right now, whether or not they can do this.
You got a very different approach in Benny. Benedict Magnusson came out here, prowled up and down, scared us all to death, and then buggered off. Didn't say a thing. But you know that within that man's mind, he also has tremendous inner belief. He's been walking around nodding his head all day at the hotel.
Although when Benny came from that long history and line of strongmen from Iceland, going back as far as John Paul Sigmarsson, who's sending down the vibes, the energy, and the power. Benny is putting that on the platform. Hi, John Paul. Welcome.
Yes, sir. And then we look at the third member of tonight's elite crew at ripping weight off the floor. He's the perennial dark horse, and I know that you personally have an outstanding sense of belief in what this guy can achieve. Jerry Pritchett looks on tonight.
Well, every time you see him deadlift, I saw him in World's Strongest Man more than 2 or 3 times where I just said to him, you own this. Don't look at these other guys and what they're doing. He'd go out onto the platform and go rep after rep after rep and go into inhuman performances. That's the way he's lived his life. He can do this because he believes he can.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time for the half-ton deadlift attempt. And the first man making his way to the podium is the man who has held the world record. He hails from Staffordshire, England. We want you to raise it up and welcome him now as he makes his way towards history. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie the Beast Hall! Half a ton, Bill.
And Eddie Hall can do this. He knows he can. If 10,000 people out there know he can and want to see him do it,
yes, they do.
Send it down.
500 kilos in pounds. He breaks the 1,100 pound barrier as well. 2.204. Just over 1,100 pounds.
Unbelievable opportunity for these three men. And an unbelievable spectacle for all of us. Half a ton.
I've said it every time he's done it, and it has worked. Ladies and gentlemen, the heaviest hit, the heaviest lift in human history, half ton, Eddie the Beast Hall!
Eddie, that last-minute mental preparation, this is so important to success or failure.
It all comes down to want. He's convinced himself that he can do this. That's exactly what it takes. knowing in your heart and your mind it's possible, and you're gonna just go see it and do it.
Last year at Europe's Strongest Man, this man approached Colin Bryce after the show, after impressing everyone, and calmly, quietly said, "How big can you make this event if I can pull 500? And he had the look of the devil in his eyes, Bill.
He knew it then. He had the dream. He trained for it for a year. Now's the time.
It certainly is. The 9th of July, 2016, the first direct arena in Leeds, England, is where history has been made and will be made again. As Eddie the Beast Hall steps to the platform, raise it up, Leeds Arena, here we go!
Eddie, 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 Eddie!
Eddie Hall, here we go. This is the moment that everybody has waited for, and the Beast is calling down your support.
Eddie! History!
The first direct arena delivers on the request, and Eddie Hall
Make history, come on!
sets himself.
Do it! See
for
it, do it!
greatness.
Do this!
Colin Bryce and Bill Kazmaier and the rest of the strength sport world watch on as Eddie Hall prepares for the half-ton attempt. On the way we go! Ladies and gentlemen, yeah! Eddie Hall lifts the half-ton, 500 kilograms is off the floor. 500 kilograms has been done. 500 kilograms is no longer a myth. 500 kilograms was crushed in Leeds. Eddie Hall owns the world. Ladies and gentlemen, that is off the scale. 500 kilograms. This man is a forward thinker. This man is an innovator. When Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, he had 3 missed calls from Eddie Hall. Wow! Were you a believer?
We need some strongmen to move Eddie off the platform. We got 2 more guys to go. Can you believe it? Could anyone match that? Dave Warner, you panicked because you thought you'd missed a down signal, didn't you?
I couldn't believe what I was saying. That was incredible.
You gave the down signal, but you just kept holding and smiling. Here he is! Eddie Hall, the greatest, come out Eddie, greatest strength athletes there has ever been. Surely 500 kilos, the half ton. The dream has been achieved, Eddie. Give us one word or two to the crowd here in Leeds.
Well, that is... you won't believe... Oh, God. How many hours? Fuck off, Dad. You wouldn't believe how many hours of my life I put into this. All the family time that I sacrificed.
Let's have a round of applause for Eddie's wife. What a special moment for the whole family. What an incredible moment for the strength sport world.
If it wasn't for this woman, it wouldn't happen, honestly. She does everything for me. You know, she is my rock. I love you, baby. I just want to, hi Mum, I want to thank Protein Dynamics for obviously making me who I am. The supplements, hi gorgeous. This is my gorgeous daughter Layla. Protein Dynamics for making me the machine that I am. You know, all the protein BCAAs. Look at me giving you a sales pitch. Thank you very much, Protein Dynamics. If it wasn't for you guys, I would not be a full-time athlete. Obviously, I've got other sponsors, but they sponsored this event. Thank you very much, Protein Dynamics. Big round of applause for a huge company. Make sure you buy from them. I can stand here all night, honestly. What? Hey? Yeah. 10,000 people here tonight. Absolutely amazing. I want to thank each and every single fan for the support you give me and the other athletes. And let's not forget that we've got two other lifters to come. And we said in the rule books, even if Benny or Jerry now lift the 500, we will still be the first men to pull it today. I'm not going to be that selfish git that says I was the first person to pull 500. If Benny and Jerry come out and lift it, we share that title. We were the first men on the planet to lift the 500. I'm going to give you back to Colin now, but honestly, awesome. I'm done for the night. I'm going to stick around and do photos for the VIPs and stuff. Thank you very much. It's been emotional. Love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up for Eddie the Beast! Oh! 500 kilograms! Were you a believer? Wow!
Right, folks, 2 more lifters. We must get back in the zone. We must help the other 2 guys here. They've seen what was thought impossible. And I think if that was 501 kilos, that wouldn't have gone. That was absolutely on the limit.
Incredible, tough act to follow. But guess what? There's a man coming up next, Jerry Pritchett from USA, that can do it.
He's set. Let's get behind this man. Jerry Pritchett, United States of America. The second attempt at the half-ton. Here we go.
Help this American. Come on, guys.
Do this. Do this. Pritchett power. Pritchett power. Pritchett power. Smoke it.
Round of applause for Jerry Pritchett, ladies and gentlemen.
A great effort from a great warrior. Jerry was a guest, of course. He won't be taking part in Europe's Strongest Man, but he'll certainly be a silver medalist. Now, will there be a tie for the gold? It's just the great Benny Magnusson. Kaz once said to me, what made Benny special is he thinks he's got, you know when someone gets trapped under a car, you can use 60% of your muscle and suddenly the adrenaline, you can use 100%. Kaz reckons Benny has some strange thing where his eyes start to roll in his head and he starts to shake. And I think he's just one of these guys who can step up.
It's neurological, Colin. There's something very special about Benny Magnusson. Very special indeed. And he's about to unleash that kind of mental and physical power on the platform with his war against 500 kilos. He's been telling me day after day, month after month for a couple of years, I'm gonna do 500. He believes it. Here's his opportunity coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Iceland's finest. This man is already a deadlifting legend. He now steps to the stage to take on the half-ton. Could he be the second athlete here to make this phenomenal weight, Bill?
Very possibly. Inside of his mind, he knows he has already the owner of the raw deadlift record.
Ladies and gentlemen, raise it up for Benny Magnusson! 500 kilos! Come on, Benny! For half ton! You know you can do it!
His metabolism is right. His sugar is right. His energy is right. The planets are lined up. Come on, Benny!
Benedict Magnusson. Here we go! Not tonight for Magnusson. Round of applause for Benny, ladies and gentlemen. Half a ton. No
Three men came to the battle. 3 men attempted the weight. Eddie Hall was successful. That's totally epic and unbelievable.
An incredible start to an incredible evening, ladies and gentlemen. The World Deadlift Championships 2016 has witnessed history.
Am I okay to say something?
Folks, Benny Magnusson.
I just want to congratulate Eddie Hall for being the first man to deadlift 500. Good job, dude. I gave it a go. It went up this much, I hope. But it's because he's got love and warmth, surrounded by his family. Congratulations, Eddie Hall.
It's still there.
You're the king.
It's still there, I'm telling you now.
A true champion, Benedict Magnusson, folks.
Thank you very much.
The second man in history to get it 500 off the ground. There was a good inch, maybe 2. Right, we're gonna do a quick changeover for the next event. Yes, go to the toilet, now's your chance folks, quickly, grab a beer. We'll be going in 5 minutes though, guys. 5-10 minutes. First athletes, please prepare.